134 yards flag. Real tough lie. Oh, spectacular.
3 seasons, 3 chances at glory. 3 times she stood on the brink of greatness, only to watch victory fade away like smoke at dawn. The Maybank Championship has become Atthaya Jeeno Thitikul's personal curse, a place that keeps reminding her just how unforgiving this sport can be. Back in 2023, she pushed through a grueling 9-hole playoff, the longest in LPGA history, only to walk away without the win. In 2024, she came agonizingly close again, missing by a single stroke. And now in 2025, just 1 shot separated the world's #1 from the playoff. Everyone expected her to dominate. But then, in a twist nobody saw coming, rookie Miyu Yamashita surged from 8 shots behind, stealing the trophy with a stunning final round comeback. So listen, this isn't just another tough loss. This is a story about dominance, destiny, and one of the most overlooked injustices golf has seen in years. Let's set the record straight and uncover how the best player in the world ended up empty-handed again.
I just said to the media guy that walked up with me today, like, I don't think I'm good. I don't think I'm that good. He's just like, what are you just saying?
Jeeno Thitikul isn't just another name on the LPGA Tour. She's the undisputed world #1, the most dominant female golfer competing today. And that top ranking isn't something she stumbled into. She built it through relentless excellence all season long. In 2025 alone, she's already secured 2 major victories: the Mizuho Americas Open in May and the Buick LPGA Shanghai in October. Out of 27 different winners this year, she's the only one who has managed to do it twice. That's not luck, that's sustained dominance. Her consistency borders on unreal. 18 tournaments played, 17 cuts made, a success rate over 90%. Jeeno never vanishes from the leaderboard, never has one of those weeks where she disappears into the pack. Every time she tees it up, she's in the fight. With 12 top 10 finishes in 18 starts, 2/3 of the time, she's right there among the very best. That's the kind of reliability that separates great players from generational talents. She leads the CME Globe standings by more than 1,000 points and controls the Rolex Player of the Year race with 162, nearly 40 ahead of her closest competitor. Those aren't close races. They're convincing gaps that show just how complete her game really is. And to top it off, she enters this season as the defending CME Group Tour champion, the same event where she claimed a record-setting $4 million prize, the largest single payout in women's golf history. When the stakes skyrocket and the pressure hits its peak, Jeeno does what champions do. She rises. And remember this, she's only 22. While most players her age are still figuring out how to compete consistently, she's already rewriting record books and shaping her own era at the top of the sport.
That's the new #1 player in the world speaking. After 71 consecutive weeks at the top, Nelly Korda has been replaced by 22-year-old Jeeno Thitikul.
This isn't just a rising athlete having a breakout season. This is a once-in-a-generation player performing at the peak of a historic year. Whenever Jeeno Thitikul shows up to a tournament, expectations follow. She's not there hoping to contend, she's there to win. And nowhere has that pressure weighed heavier than at the Maybank Championship, a venue that has haunted her for 3 straight seasons. For Jeeno, this event isn't just another stop on the LPGA Tour. It's unfinished business, a personal battle against memories that refuse to fade. Back in 2023, she fought through a grueling 9-hole playoff against Céline Bautier under brutal tropical heat, only to lose in one of the toughest finishes the LPGA has ever seen. That sting didn't disappear, it stayed with her. Then came 2024. She delivered an incredible 22 under par performance across 4 brilliant days, yet Roning Yin edged her out by a single brutal stroke, the thinnest possible margin between triumph and heartbreak. So when Jeeno arrived in Kuala Lumpur this year, she carried both confidence and determination. She knew every inch of that course, every green that betrayed her, every slope that cost her momentum, every spot where victory had slipped away. The first 3 rounds went exactly as planned, steady, sharp, and fully in control. By Sunday, she was right there near the top, poised for long overdue redemption. But then the small cracks appeared. Not a collapse, just the kind of tiny missteps that separate winning from wondering what if. Her putter, normally one of her most reliable weapons, went cold at the worst possible moment. Birdie chances slid by, putts rolled to the edge and stopped short. And slowly, painfully, that familiar heartbreak began creeping back in.
When I was young, I just thought about winning a tournament. Just one tournament on the LPGA would be enough for me. But to here where I am now, I don't know how I get it.
The rhythm that carried Atthaya Jeeno Thitikul to 2 major wins earlier this season vanished at the worst possible time. Meanwhile, 8 shots back, Miyu Yamashita was playing the round of her life. 7 birdies, 0 bogeys, and a flawless 65 that launched her from an afterthought into a sudden contender. It was remarkable golf, no question, but it also exposed the difference between competing with pressure and competing without it. Jeeno, the world #1 and the only 2-time winner of the season, was expected to close this out. Expected to finally take home the trophy that had slipped from her fingers for 3 straight years. Every swing carried the ghosts of 2023. Every putt echoed the pain of 2024. She wasn't just playing for a title, she was playing against history. Yamashita, 8 strokes back, didn't carry any of that. With no expectations and no one watching her as a threat, she was free to attack pins, free to roll putts aggressively, free to swing without fear of consequences. That kind of mental freedom is something frontrunners almost never get. When the dust settled, Jeeno finished at 17 under, a score that would win most tournaments on most weeks. But not this one. Not here. Not this year. She missed the playoff by a single, brutal shot, settling for a tie for 4th. The playoff field, Yamashita, Hannah Green, and Hyoju Choi fought for the trophy while Jeeno watched from behind the ropes, knowing deep down that if even one of her missed putts had dropped, she'd be out there too. That's the cruelty of golf. Redemption and heartbreak separated by a single stroke. Then came the moment that sealed it. Yamashita, playing with nothing to lose, drained a 20-foot birdie in sudden death to complete one of the biggest comebacks of the year. The headlines wrote themselves: the rookie miracle, the storybook finish, the 8-shot rally. But inside the quiet of the clubhouse, Jeeno was left with her 3rd straight Maybank heartbreak, and this one cut the deepest. She had been right there, 1 shot away, close enough to feel the trophy in her hands before it disappeared again. And here's where the debate begins. Because when you look at pure merit, season-long form, and overall dominance, Atthaya Jeeno Thitikul had a stronger claim to that championship than anyone else in that field. She's world #1 for a reason. That ranking wasn't luck. It was earned through consistency and elite play. Yamashita, ranked 6th, is outstanding, but she's not the best in the world. Jeeno was the only 2-time winner in 2025. She had 12 top 10s in 18 starts. Yamashita had 10 in 20. Week after week, Jeeno has been the gold standard, and this was her 3rd straight year in real contention at Maybank. No matter how you measure it, results, rankings, or overall brilliance, Jeeno had earned that trophy more than anyone else out there.
Jeeno is from Thailand and joined the LPGA Tour in 2022. She's had a spectacular year. She's also hilarious, which I really appreciate, and she loves to joke around in her press conferences. She's always a breath of fresh air coming in to talk to the media.
Jeeno had already proven she could conquer this course. She knew its pressure, its traps, its greens, and exactly what it demanded to win. This wasn't a new battlefield for her. This was year 3 of a redemption arc she had been fighting to complete. Yamashita, meanwhile, entered the week with a clean slate. It was her first time playing the Maybank Championship. No history, no scars, no ghosts lurking in her memory. And yes, she delivered a brilliant round on Sunday. But here's the question. Does one magical day truly outweigh 3 years of excellence, heartbreak, and mastery? Look at Jeeno's game. Her ball striking is elite. Her course management is mature beyond her age. Her mental resilience has been shaped through pressure few players ever experience. She isn't just talented, she's complete. The numbers back it up. She leads the Player of the Year race by nearly 40 points. Even the LPGA's own scoring system, designed to reward consistency and excellence, says Jeeno has been the superior player in 2025. But the spotlight didn't follow that story. The narrative gravitated toward the comeback, the unexpected victory, the fairy tale finish. And yes, comebacks grab attention, but they often overshadow the deeper truth. Leading from the start takes a different kind of courage. When you're world #1, every swing is scrutinized, every mistake magnified. Yamashita played with freedom, with nothing to lose. Jeeno played under the weight of expectation, 3 years of heartbreak, and the responsibility that comes with being the best golfer on the planet. Those pressures aren't equal. They're not even close. And if you had to choose one player to win a tournament for your life, the rookie with 1 big win, or the world #1 with 2 victories and 12 top 10 finishes, you'd choose Jeeno without hesitation. But golf isn't always about who deserves it the most. Sometimes it rewards the player who gets hot for 18 holes. Sometimes it rewards the moment, not the merit. And that's why, even though the scoreboard says Yamashita won, the story of 2025 still belongs to Jeeno Thitikul.
Definitely New York food, New York cheesecake. New York pizza. I just get fat now, but
So after breaking down every stat, every angle, and every moment of this tournament, here's where things stand. Did Miyu Yamashita win the 2025 Maybank Championship? Absolutely. She delivered breathtaking golf, drained the putts that mattered most, and performed flawlessly under pressure. She earned that trophy. But did Atthaya Jeeno Thitikul deserve it more based on ranking, consistency, and 3 years of Maybank Heartbreak? You can make a very strong case she did. And this isn't about diminishing Yamashita's brilliance. Her comeback from 8 shots behind was historic. Her 65 on Sunday was flawless. Her playoff birdie was pure nerves of steel. She deserved her victory. But here's the harsh truth about golf. It doesn't always crown the season's best player. Sometimes it rewards the one who finds fire at the perfect moment. The fearless one. The outsider with nothing to lose, not the world #1 carrying the weight of expectations. Jeeno remains the top-ranked golfer in the world. She's still the face of the LPGA, still the frontrunner for Player of the Year, still the most dominant force in women's golf. But for the 3rd straight year, she's walking away from Maybank with the same haunting question. What if? One more made putt, one better bounce, one moment going her way instead of against her. That's all it would have taken to rewrite the story. Maybe that's the cruel beauty of this game. Golf reminds even the greatest that they're human. No matter how dominant you become, it will always humble you. Maybe next year will finally be her redemption. Maybe 2026 is the year she lifts the trophy that keeps slipping through her fingers. Or maybe, just maybe, golf will remind us once again that deserving to win and actually winning are two completely different things. The world's #1 will keep conquering almost everything in her path, but that Maybank trophy, it's still the one that got away. And somewhere out there, Atthaya Jeeno Thitikul is already thinking about her next chance.
What are you most looking forward to eating while you're out here?
lobster roll. Met when he was 14, I was 13, and I have no idea who he was at that time.
There's one part of this story almost nobody is talking about. Everyone focuses on the stats, the rankings, the missed putts. But beneath all that, there's a deeper battle most fans never see. What if Atthaya Jeeno Thitikul's toughest opponent that weekend wasn't Miyu Yamashita, but the game itself? Think about it. 3 straight years of heartbreak on the same course, in the same heat, with the same memories waiting for her on every green, especially the 18th. That's not just golf anymore. That's déjà vu, turning into a psychological maze. Every bunker, every slope, every blade of grass carries echoes of what slipped away before. You can train your swing. You can train your consistency. But how do you silence the voice inside that whispers, "Not again"? And then there's the physical grind. The Maybank Championship isn't just another stop, it's part of the Asian swing, the point in the season where jet lag, humidity, and back-to-back travel start taking a silent toll. By the time Jeeno landed in Kuala Lumpur, she had crossed time zones, climate shifts, and logged more air miles than most people do in half a year. Those things don't show up in scorecards, but they show up in your focus, your patience, and eventually, in your putting stroke. Now look at the course itself. The West Course at Kuala Lumpur Golf and Country Club demands perfection. Fast greens, thick rough, brutal angles. It punishes hesitation and rewards aggression. And that's the twist. Jeeno's game thrives on rhythm and precision. Yamashita's game thrives on fearlessness. When you're chasing from 8 shots back, you can swing freely, you can attack pins, you can play without consequences. But when you're the world #1, every risk feels like potential disaster. Every mistake feels heavier than the last. And maybe this is the real untold story, the clash between freedom and pressure. Yamashita played like she had wings, Jeeno played like she had weights around her ankles. The more dominant she became throughout the season, the heavier those expectations pressed down. Being #1 isn't just a ranking, it's a spotlight. It's a target. Every player aims their best at you. Every headline reminds you what could slip away. So while Yamashita found magic in the moment, Jeeno was battling things no leaderboard could measure. Travel fatigue, mental scars from past losses, and the relentless pressure of perfection. In the end, maybe the difference wasn't one putt or one bounce. Maybe it was something deeper, a mental war that started long before Sunday and will follow Jeeno until she finally conquers that course once and for all. And that's the side of greatness most fans never see. The invisible fight that shapes champions, where every victory has a cost and every loss leaves a mark.
She seems to be pretty surprised by her own success, even if the rest of us aren't. And I think she'll just continue to be herself and she's going to go really far.
And here's the twist. nobody really saw coming. Maybe Jeeno Thitikul's struggle isn't just about bad bounces or missed putts. Maybe it's tied to something deeper within the sport itself. Because when a player becomes too good, too consistent, too dominant, the narrative slowly shifts. Fans love an underdog. They crave a miracle story, but a dynasty, that gets old fast. So when a rookie charges up the leaderboard and knocks off the world number one, the headlines explode with excitement. But when Jeeno wins, people shrug. It's expected. No shock, no storyline, no fairy tale. And maybe that's why her heartbreak feels heavier, because the world almost seems more entertained by her losses than her victories. Think about that for a second. What kind of sport cheers louder for chaos than for sustained greatness? There's a thin line between admiration and fatigue. In every sport, dominance eventually turns into a burden. The more Jeeno wins, the more people start looking for cracks in her armor, any sign that the champion can bleed. Some fans whisper that maybe the Maybank curse isn't just a curse at all. Maybe it's karma, the game balancing itself, giving someone else a chance at the spotlight. Others insist the course setup favors unpredictability, that maybe organizers quietly enjoy a Cinderella story each year. Nobody says it outright, but you can feel it. When Jeeno stands over a putt to win, the crowd energy changes. They're not hostile, but they're not breathless either. It's a strange, quiet tension, the kind reserved for legends who've been great for so long that people forget how hard greatness really is.
I think I'm the same person. It's just the number-wise that it's golf, the ranking, the stats that they just build it up.
And here's where the real controversy begins. What if women's golf has reached a point where true dominance isn't appreciated anymore? Jeeno doesn't bring theatrics. She doesn't melt down. She doesn't create drama. She brings precision, discipline, and consistency. But modern sports media doesn't always reward consistency. It rewards chaos, surprise, emotion, viral moments. So when Yamashita soared from behind with fearless energy and that miracle putt, the media didn't just celebrate her win, they crowned her the new face of golf. Even though the season's stats, rankings, and results still pointed to Jeeno as the superior player. And that's the part nobody wants to admit. Sometimes the story matters more than the skill. But here's the truth. Every era needs a player like Atthaya Jeeno Thitikul. Every generation needs a force so consistent, so steady, so brilliant, that excellence starts to look normal. That's how legends are made, not from one miracle finish, but from years of relentless brilliance. And if the audience isn't ready to celebrate that, maybe it's time to ask why. Are we addicted to surprises more than mastery? Do we secretly root for giants to fall because it makes us feel closer to them? So as Jeeno walks off that 18th green for the third straight year, staring at a scoreboard that refuses to give her the closure she deserves, her story doesn't end, it evolves. Maybe next year she finally breaks the curse. Or maybe she becomes something even more powerful, a symbol of what it looks like when perfection keeps showing up, even when the game doesn't reward it. Because this story isn't just about golf anymore. It's about what happens when talent becomes expectation, when winning stops being celebrated, and when a player starts carrying the weight of her own legacy. So tell me, what do you think? Did Jeeno lose because of the course, the pressure, or because the world quietly wanted someone else to win? Drop your take in the comments, because sometimes the most controversial story in sports isn't who took the trophy, it's who the game refused to let have it.